Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Drama hitting the timeline once again last night. Censor taking on the whole community, especially Parasite, because he apparently enjoys Vanguard, whereas others do not. But also, a lot of pros discussing the fines they received the last couple of titles, the fact that they're pretty much scared to tweet too much out about Vanguard right now. But very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. To help this channel reach new people, please consider subscribing as well, if you have not yet already. Firstly, this from Matt's control is broken. Time sometimes goes down below on the points. We talked about some glitches in the game. This is something that would very occasionally happen, I think, in Cold War, where sometimes you were taking the control point, and for whatever reason, a small, snippet of that time would just go away, even though you're on the point. Or if you jumped to the wrong point, then the time would, would not stop. And as you can see right here, he was capturing the hard point, or capturing the control point, but yet, the clock was not stopping, right? So, seemingly another strange glitch here, where, this is obviously a pretty big deal if this is occurring at this level. I wouldn't be surprised if these glitches are occurring quite often, to be honest, in given the state of control right now. Lots of things that need to be changed on that front. This also from Parasite, there are squad spawns in control. I have seen it all. He tweets out kind of a clip of this situation going on in some scrims that he's playing, whereas he takes down Royalty, or Royalty gets taken down right here, and literally spawns right next to the point to capture it. It's like, okay, what is going on there, right? Surely the whole idea is of control, that, when you're spawning in, you're spawning quite a long way away from the control point, and, that was always the thing, right? If you kill the guy who's capturing the point, he's going to spawn way out in their spawn. Not the case right here, seemingly, in this game. It almost looks like hardpoint with these spawns that are going on. That's the thing, squad spawns are just never going to work in control. Because if there's one guy on the point, and the entire team just, spawns on him, then it's like, okay, what's even the point of having control played as this game? And it's basically just TDM we're playing at this point. Remarkable stuff. Let's talk about this then from Benji and the team over at the flank. We did talk about this a few days ago, the possibility of this, but he goes on to say, look, announced it on the show, but as of the 1st of January, I'll be stepping back as co-host of the flank. It was a tough decision with my work commitments for 2022. Didn't want to put Zuma in a tough spot with my daily availability. Understandable. This is what we talked about a few days ago. Personally, I do think this is a big loss to the flank. I think it's difficult to find someone that can appropriately replace Ben's position. I hope that he still hops on. I think he goes on to say in a second there that he's still going to help on the organizational front, still, the direction of the show, these type of questions. And I hope maybe he can hop on from time to time to give his thoughts, because I really do think that Ben added an awful lot to that show in terms of the structure of it. If it was just Zuma and let's say it was Zuma and Methods, right, as the two co-hosts, the show would be complete chaos. I think there wouldn't be too much direction. Ben wasn't afraid to bring the show back to the direction he wanted it to go, ask the difficult questions, and get some great insight out of the guests that were on the show and these type of stuff, and bring his analysis and just say what he thinks about the analysis in the game, even if the pro players disagree. He wasn't afraid to give his opinion. So I think Ben was really great in that role. I think there's a few other people that can probably do that. I think personally I would say aBeZy has got to be the go-to, for me. I think he's a similar guy. He can add the structure that the show needs. Kind of Zuma's just super high energy, right? And Ben added a nice little compliment to that, really. I think aBeZy can probably do a similar thing, so my money would be on aBeZy comes in as the co-host here, if it's possible, on the consistency segment. But it is difficult to find someone who every single night after the matches can come on for a couple of hours onto the show. I can understand Ben taking this direction, given his work commitments and stuff like that. With Esports Engine, I'm sure ramping up what they're up to with the success of the Halo esports scene and all this type of stuff over the last few weeks. So it's kind of sad to see, really, but I'm sure Ben will still be here and around the scene for sure. So of course, last night's episode, Doug Sensor Martin was on there, and he's absolutely firing some shots from the timeline. COD Challengers is some of the softest people I've come across in all my years of life. These kids need to quit for a year, work a real job, then come back into the pit. Dudes are softer than Chubb and ultra soft that rips when he put it off the roll. And he's talking to aBeZy right here, bro, if we were anything like how these guys are these days, right? Basically saying all these guys are soft, they complain way too much about the state of the game, and actually you just got to get on with it and enjoy the title. Now, I understand and respect this perspective. I think a lot of people will really look at what Doug's saying and say, okay, maybe he's being a bit of a shill here to the CDL to try and get himself a spot somewhere or another, but maybe he does just genuinely enjoy the game. As to be honest, I kind of think he does. Now, this was some of the discussion, right, between Censor and, for example, Gravity, when Gravity said, yes, we should just delay the cups because Control is in an awful state. But Doug says, look, let's just play hardpoint search until there's a fix for Control. That's not an unreasonable option, quite frankly, for this year. But as Doug also says, some of these things that needs to be fixed, I'll give you that. Every now and then, seeing players through walls and Bakaji S&D, that's not ideal. They aren't game-breaking bugs. But he says, look, there's no timetable as to when these are going to be fixed. Just shut up and play, right? So basically, to all the players, players, like, stop complaining about this stuff, shut up, play the game, and, try and do your best. So, well, this is what Doug tweets out. Yes, I thought this is kind of funny. I love Call of Duty Vanguard, but aBeZy, guys, use this as a dislike button, and, obviously, the ratio comes through in pretty full force, and understandably so, and even the ratio continues to go up as I look at this tweet right now. So, that's the thing. Doug Censor Martin, does he enjoy the game? Does he not? He goes on to say this. I'll share this video for you guys. I mean, look at this face right there. Just hilarious stuff. When he's discussing, like, his opinions on the game. I don't know why he just wears his headset around the house, but I guess each to their own.
Hey guys, so I just tweeted out that I love Call of Duty Vanguard, and a lot of people think that I'm lying. A lot of people think that I'm just saying this because I'm delusional. How about I just actually love Call of Duty Vanguard, and I actually enjoy playing Call of Duty, and I don't mind all the extra stuff that they have in the game. Maybe it's just an opinion, and maybe I just like the game. Maybe it's as simple as that. Now, if you want to call me crazy, if you want to roast me, if you want to say that you hate me, I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Tell me that you hate me. Tell me that you want to roast me and this and that and the other thing. It's not going to change the fact that I'm still going to get on the game every day, play the game that I enjoy to play because it's my choice. And I love playing Call of Duty. So I'm here because I want to be here. I'm here because I want to play. And I don't know. I think some people just have a really poor mindset when it comes to all this stuff. If you don't like it, then do what Jack Courage Dunlop did. Don't play the freaking game. Do something else with your life. Have a great night, everybody, and Merry Christmas.
Parasite, though, claps back at Doug Censor Martin. Doug has zero credibility when it comes to anything Challenger related. Because, of course, Parasite's been, he's probably one of the people the Censor's saying to shut up and play the game. But Haggie's, like, a lot of complaints, right, about the state of the game right now. And understandably so, you could certainly say. When it comes to anything Challenger related, please don't believe anything he's saying when there are tons of hard work and incredibly undervalued players and people that deserve better than what the CDL and Vanguard is giving them at the present time. So, definitely a back and forth between these two. There's always a nice back and forth between these two. Because, Censor, for example, in the replies right here. Thanks to a couple of the boys in the replies pointed this out, but he's having a good time with it. Seems to always be the case, to be honest. There was also some other controversial stuff being said on the flank, like there was some talk about, okay, in the last few years, how many great maps has there actually been? And methods like the first one in his mind was Gunrunner, and X goes, all credibility was gone when he said that for Modern Warfare. Guy said Gunrunner and Moscow, right? So of course there has been some good maps. To be honest, Gunrunner's not too bad, really. When you look at Modern Warfare, it's by far, I think, the shining star of that game. Ramaza simply was the worst thing I think I've ever played in Hardpoint with all those doors. But, this also from Hitch, right, just given the general discussion around this right now, Vanguard so far has been a complete spit in the face to competitive Call of Duty. I'd much rather have an official press release from Activision explaining how little they care about the future of the esports, most watched console esports in the world at one point. It's just sad to see, and I saw some stuff on Reddit, the fact that a few years ago, all the organizations were in the CWL, it was coming towards the end of the CWL, into the CDL in Black Ops 4, things were looking so bright and optimistic for the future. The bag maybe has been fumbled on that front, and he's really surprised once the cash is in the bank. But of course, look, a lot of the pro players are kind of thinking, yes, we don't necessarily agree with this stuff, but can we realistically tweet about some of the issues within the game? Maybe that's not the case, because as Octane says in reply, I would tweet about this, right, and this type of stuff, but they got my bank on speed dial, right? So we know that Octane caught a lot of fines during the Modern Warfare season. He said that, like, I'm pretty sure Seattle that year earned like $10,000 in prize money, and he said that he paid more than that in fines, or at least maybe he paid more of his shares, like maybe he got 2,000 of those 10,000 prize winnings because it's 5v5, therefore like he paid more than $2,000 in fines, or he paid more than 10k in fines. I don't know which one it is exactly, but as Octane says, yeah, thank God the game improved, so I don't have to criticize it anymore, right? I don't have to worry about all these fines, because at least the game is just so good nowadays, there's nothing to criticize at all. Obviously, a bit of sarcasm going on here. This also, as Jake points out, if the CDL ever stops fining pros who are honest, Twitter would be a nuke town. That is absolutely true. Gotta know how to walk the line without getting fined. It is an art, says Slasher, right? Just saying certain things that maybe point fun in certain directions, or, but actually evade the fine hammer that comes through. I've done my time, said my piece. People are just now waking up, right? So that's kind of crazy, really, from Slasher, that he's like, look, I want to talk things about the game generally, but I just don't want to say it in such a way the CDL's going to fine you. Doesn't really paint a great picture of the state of the game in the CDL in general when your players are kind of concerned to criticize what's going on because they're going to get fined as a result of it. This also, for example, from Slack right here, like he says, I got fined $1,500 for saying Modern Warfare TJS sucked balls. Like, I mean, imagine you're the guy who has to dish out this fight of like, okay, well, Slacker's sucked balls. Damn, that's pretty hefty. We've got to find this guy. Like, I mean, $1,500 is a lot of cash. Does make me think really that Octane's fines were probably over the 10K margin. Like, if this is enough for $1,500 fine, like, I'm kind of crazy. What we saw recently that Scump said he got fined $1,000. He doesn't even know why. Like, I don't understand what's going on at this point. It does continue. No one else really goes on to say too much, but as TJ says, I got fined for playing an S&D tournament by Mudog. Like, of course, I guess by the organization themselves. But yeah, Slack says, I wish my good friend Octane could talk. Nah, they funded the creation of Vanguard with my cash, right? So he doesn't want to say too much anymore, just because, I mean, yeah, the fines are going to come through in full force. But yeah, the creation of Vanguard came through from all the cash that Octane gave these guys. Just ridiculous scenes, to be honest. And just, well, maybe a more optimistic approach here from Nameless, which frankly is probably not going to happen. But, I mean, look, we'll look at it anyway. Black Ops 2 remastered as a standalone game for competitive, team skins, crowdfunding, and ranked play. DLC, some new maps from the latest mass COD drops every single year. Imagine the hype. People would love it, but I'm just not sure it's on Activision's agenda right now. And then, of course, is the key thing at the end of the day. But, I mean, yeah, remarkable situation. The drama between Censor and Parasite is always entertaining. But yeah, players getting fined for this type of stuff left, right, and center just doesn't paint the greatest picture. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit on a like button. Tell us the YouTube gods this is a good video. Others like you should see it as well. And I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.
To sit there and say all the that we want to get out there, but clearly it's not being heard. So can we do something about it?
And that's,
can we just not play? Can we just not play? I don't care how many people get fined. Do something. Unify. Where's the players union? Where the is this?
And that's
you
why
guys literally sit here and say you.
Yep, I think that basically not going to matter, unfortunately for him. Not enough time to.
That's why one player runs away.
All right, okay, all right. Did not expect that. 2-on-2 though. A 1-on-1. Cellium versus Simp. Simp has the extra health. He was shooting bodies earlier. Can he finish it here? Yes, he can.